Hi there, this is John Fowl, 92, and this is my second take at the Zero Chunk Challenge, a Minecraft hardcore challenge. So this month I died in the main challenge, but a couple people commented on my video that they wanted to see the project that I'd started, so I went ahead and did up to day 8, I guess, 8.5 Minecraft days of video. And what you're seeing here is the very sped up version of that. We're going to go through, I did record it all, and most of it just sped up for the first 10 minutes or so. So I ran over to the area. I went into the little cave that everyone had started. Now, my strategy was start my fencing immediately, and then on the first night I went underground, and instead of going into the cave that everyone used in this challenge, I wanted to incorporate that cave into my build long term. You know, if I was doing this as a world, and I always had to stay in the zero chunk, eventually that cave would end up in part of my scary part of my cellar under my house. So I instead dug a vertical mine shaft down in the south east corner of the zero chunks, and went down to level 50 as you see here and grabbed the iron. I did get the first 7 pieces of iron out of that were right near the surface in that little cave that was right around 0, 0. But at level 50 there usually is a lot of iron, and as you can see now, I went down and got a ton of iron. Took one little break here. And basically got enough iron for my armor and other stuff. So the first morning, as I'm coming up here, I have a little armor on, and protected, and I had a sword ready. And so on day 1, the second day here, I am fencing off the area, and I did want to dig trenches on the outside, made sure that the land on the outside was flat or a little bit trenched outside my fence so that mobs couldn't get over the fence anywhere. It's a little tricky to fence all the area in. I did want to leave the terrain sloping down, as that will be part of my build. But on the south end, which is the low end of the area, I wanted to create a farm area. This will be my backyard. So I planted the sugar cane that I got on the way over, and I planted some, you'll see I'm planting some of the pumpkins. And then I went around and lit up the fence and finished up my farm that night. Creepers, as you could see, had to stay outside the fence. And so the next day, or the second night here, I went back down. I wanted to get a little more iron. I think I didn't have boots yet, and I wanted a couple shovels and stuff. So I finished fencing off the area. I had one creeper explode the fence. That was I think the only time I really was griefed in this time. And now I'm starting building the house, and this was pretty much the point where I died. My first time through, I got a little overconfident, trying to capture a zombie villager in my near my build, so I could potentially create a little villager, convert a villager later. And I was pretty much right around this point. So I'm laying down the foundation for my house now. This house is inspired by, it's a bigger version of a starter house that Keralis built on his channel. He's got some great starter house ideas on his channel. You want to check that out. It'll take give him full credit for the inspiration on this, and his videos are totally worth watching. He's got, I think, 4 starter. If you type in starter house on his channel, you'll see 4 starter houses. So we basically have spruce wood. So I laid down the pillars that I'm going to build on, surrounded the pillars with upside down stairs, and then in the front, the pillars are 2 spaces apart, so there's just enough. This will be the front porch. As I'm looking there at the steps to come up to the front porch. And then, to save, we are on a speed challenge sort of here, so to save some and give myself some cellar space as well, I used half slabs for the floor. This is where I made my first pumpkin pie. Yum. Starting to get that. And the other thing I did, so I went down, and in the mine I did collect a bunch of cobble and I cooked it. As you can see, I wanted to have some decent materials in my house. So I made some stone bricks, and I didn't spend too much time down here, but this is down at diamond level real fast. You can see me grab the quickly available iron. A couple creeper explosions down here, but nothing too dangerous. And I got my diamonds, some redstone, which I actually didn't end up using. It won't all be sped up this much at the end. As I said, I'm gonna hopefully, I think the video will slow down and we'll take a tour. So I did do some fishing. Almost got myself a chicken. I figured I would take a shot a couple times at getting a piece of leather. Didn't happen for me. So one of the things I did like to do was I wanted to put some bushes around the foundation of the house. So that's what I'm doing here. I went and cut down some leaves. And I surrounded the foundation with some bushes. And I started growing some big spruce trees so I didn't have to leave my area to get the rest of the materials. The most costly part of this build, of course, is the roof, which is coming up, but that's a lot of spruce wood. So I wanted to grow some of those big spruce trees, and I think they're a really efficient way to get wood. I think a lot of people love building a spruce, both because the color of the planks, slabs, etc., are really nice, but it's also just easy to farm spruce wood. The other thing I did need, and this was a little adventure I took, I went out and grabbed a couple stacks of sand because I needed glass. And I got one other building material, which you might not have caught there, as I'm going at about 16 speed. But I didn't want you to have to watch 8 episodes of this challenge. So I got some clay. Which I also wanted to incorporate some clay bricks in the build. I think clay bricks make it look nice. So I'm finished framing up the walls of the first floor here, and we start putting the roof on. Really like the ideas of these windows here, which you can see nice little windows that are kind of at the height, a little higher height on the first floor. Lets a lot of light in. And the vertical windows in the front and back of the house also give it it's still a cottage look, but a little bit more modern look to the house. I did spend a little extra time. I think I needed a little more iron, and I knew there was a cave down here, so I went down and grabbed a little extra iron. Really, all I'm doing is carving out at level 50. Making my stone bricks and finishing off the first floor. There were a couple things, making this roof. At first, I didn't make it with an overhang. I was trying to figure out what to do, and now I'm putting the second floor on, closing off the first floor, and then I put the staircases in. And now I'm getting some more materials. but I wanted a back door to the house that led to the farm, and then a staircase that went upstairs to a bedroom and storage room. So this is where you can see me using the stone bricks, coming up and finishing off the roof here, playing with the slabs a little bit. So basically it's a 2-story house with a nice cellar. So this is putting in the upstairs bedroom, little furnishings, little seating area here. And this is where I realized what I wanted was carpet, and it was time to go get some wool. So after I made a front patio and little dirt path with some sand, I took a little excursion to go get some wool, which will be coming up in a minute. Oh, actually first what I did was finish off some of the roofing. Wanted to put a little roof on the porch, but I didn't want it to have as much slope, so I used half slabs. And the house is basically done. I guess we're somewhere on day 6 now. My gardens come in nicely in the back, and I wanted to just put some finishing touches on my area. So you'll see I made a back entrance, kind of a garden entrance into the cellar. It needed its own entrance. I played around with this a little bit, but it's kind of makes it look a little bit like a shed and a little bit like a garden entrance. And then good plain stone for the floor in the cellar. And then I walled the cellar off halfway through, about halfway, as you can see with that door, and I'll show you when it slows down some of the features there. Sorting out my storage area, I figured this is a storage cellar back near my garden shed, and made myself a hopper. I had a little mission here to do. One of my favorite things to eat is pumpkin pie. So pumpkin pie requires eggs, and I didn't have any chickens in my chunk, so I went out and lured one in. I actually lured a couple by the end, and set up a little chicken farm. That's one of my favorite things to do. Just a 2x2 hole, a couple deep. So you see my cellar here. Put water in one corner, hopper in the floor on the other corner, and a chest underneath it. And basically, as long as it's somewhere in the loaded chunks, you have unlimited eggs. So I lured the rest of these guys back here to the chicken farm. So there they go. They're floating in the water, and my eggs come out, and yum, pumpkin pie. Lots and lots of pumpkin pie. So this is day 7, and it took a little tour. I wanted to put I wasn't going to do the entire interior decoration, not time. I have a little seating area over there with a table and chairs, but I wanted to put some carpet. By the end I made like a basically 3x3 area of a red carpet inside. And so this is the back of the house. You can see here from the hill behind the zero chunk to the south, you can see my garden, you can see the cellar area. I left this kind of see-through on the left side of the entrance there, so it feels like a like a garden house where the cellar's a little bit an outdoor cellar, but little work area here. My armor stand with some mob armor that I found, and this is the area, this unfinished area, where I left the cave underneath the house. Little, everybody, this is the scary root cellar-ish feeling place. If I have this world long term, that'll probably become main entrance to the mine. There's the finished downstairs. You can see the pillars. I can finish these rooms off with some nice interior decoration in the future, but I like this. And then this is my bedroom. You can see the chests, lots of storage area. There's the fence out the front, and got everything you need up here to hold all my stuff. And the nice front porch, little patio, little dirt path. I have gates at the key areas of the house here. I realized the sheep was trying to escape. I did lure in couple of sheeps and bred them. I think at least once, maybe twice. So I have three or four sheep in the zero chunks at the end here. And yeah, that's about it. We're going to go out and take a quick look. I think I had one last look at the house from the front. We'd only seen it from the back. There it is. You can see the front porch, nice vertical windows, the nice blocks, and I hope you enjoy.